feeling like I'm Akademiks.
We don't have too many Drake topics today, or at least talking about the battle back and forth. There's still more things to be considered or talk about, but we're trying to diversify the topics because I do understand. Like, trust me, I read YouTube comments. I see some of you guys' messages or tweets or whatever, and a lot of y'all been saying, "Yo, we are sick of Kendrick and Drake." And one thing about this channel, we try to give you guys a multitude of what's going on. Anyway. One of the things that I do want to get into quickly, just quick reactions or whatever, is going to be J. Cole basically saying that there's a J. Cole, Jay-Z, and Drake situation or topic where J. Cole, if you guys don't know, he does a podcast, or not a podcast, but I guess it is a podcast. He basically said that through that, wait, is it available? Where the fuck is it? So essentially, let me find it on Twitter. I know Twitter's gonna have it. Essentially, he said that Jay-Z told him, "Yo, go get a hit song from Drake because you need a hit, right?" Jay-Z, Drake, J. Cole, which I think this is more of a J. Cole thing than it is a Drake thing, because it shows that J. Cole, who was seen as by many people the prodigy of Jay-Z. And, I mean, he pretty much rapped about trying to get the approval of Jay-Z and wanted acceptance of Jay-Z, just like many other people. Like, for example, Kanye West, even down to the whole song Big Brother was him basically kind of courting the acceptance of Jay-Z. And you got to understand why that was very important. Essentially, there was some hiccups and there was some rocky times. And apparently, according to, I believe, J. Cole himself, right? Apparently, according to J. Cole himself, he said that, the headline, it says, J. Cole says Jay-Z asked Drake to give him a hit record. I don't know if we could find the exact clip where he says it, but we all know the history of them. And you got to imagine, if you sign me and you're my big homie, Drake looks up to you type shit, why the fuck would you make me? Like, that was a belittling move, if you ask me, right? Here we go. Let's see if we can figure out when he said it. Is there an audio version of it? I think there is an audio version of it, unless I'm tripping, right? I thought there was an audio version of it, unless I'm tripping about this. Let's just go to top. Chat, was there an audio version of this? Unless I'm tripping.
2011, J. Cole, he signed the first artist, got his debut out. The boy, like, damn, checking it out, definitely check it.
Wait, it's from his podcast, right? Am I tripping, or it's not from his podcast? I know his podcast is on like a paid platform. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, regardless, let me play, I guess, Rob
Go
Martin.
back to 2010, 2011, J. Cole, he signed the first artist to Jay-Z's Rock Nation. It's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of excitement. But in order to get his debut album out and into stores, he's getting pressure from the label and his label boss, Jay-Z, saying that he needs a hit single so they can build anticipation for this album. And it's a tough time creatively for Cole. It's a lot of pressure. Plus, he's looking around at the other blog era rappers, and Wiz Khalifa got a hit with Black and Yellow. His career's taking off. Big Sean's career's taking off. Kid Cudi's career's taking off. Wale got his debut album out. His career's taking off. And Drake is just killing shit. Then you had the Jay-Z and LeBron James party, and the most embarrassing thing happened. Ibrahim Hamad, Dreamville president, tells this story on The Inevitable. This is the audio series that he has with J. Cole and Scott Laser. And I'm going to read his quote right now. We're having a conversation. Me, Cole, Drake, Future. I don't know who else was there. A couple more people. So then Jay-Z walks in and he sees all of us together and he goes, yo. And he looks at Drake and he says, yo, get the boy one. And points at Cole. Basically, give him a hit. Then Cole says about him and Drake, mind you, there's a legit competition. Commercially, it's not, but culturally, it's still a competitive sport. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds horrible. And I'm sure Jay didn't mean to embarrass Cole.
Cap. I really wanted to play the audio of the manager, Ibrahim As J. Cole's manager, I want to play that. Yo, let me tell you, Jay-Z's an artist himself. He's not some detached, out of context sucker. It's like he was sonning J. Cole. Or, yo, it's like, put like this. Women know this, right? Say you're in a relationship with a guy, and that guy gets around another girl, and you see him giving her more compliments or whatever. And you're going to kind of feel a way, be like, damn, why don't you have that demeanor towards me? Granted, I get it. This isn't that. And this is, hold on. And this is mostly just Drake, or not Drake, I mean Jay-Z kind of, I think he's sending Cole a message like, yo, yeah, Cole's doing all this rapping, but this nigga can't make a fucking hit song. So he's trying to, it's definitely embarrassing, but he's definitely putting it out there like, yo, this is what I need you to do. Get a hit. Now, I personally feel like Jay threw that nigga under the bus. If you're going to say in front of Drake, who Drake is his competitor, his peer, and this is making sense to me why J. Cole never thinks he could be number one. If the nigga who signed you, basically, while you're in the beginning stages of your career trying to figure out how to make it and mold your career and brand, your boss, your idol, says to you in front of the competitor, yo, throw my dog a bone. Give him a hit. Please help him out, because I can't even help his bum ass out. I see why J. Cole's demeanor is that he's a middle child, like he's basically cool with being number 3. He's not a guy who has gotten the confidence. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I think Jay-Z probably killed his confidence. Right? Why the fuck are you got to talk about your guy like he's better than, he's better than sliced bread. I guarantee motherfucking Lil Wayne wasn't pulling up to no other niggas saying, yo, bro, help the boy Aubrey out. He need one. Yo, he needs some bars. He need this. Could you help him out? Hell nah. That's the thing about when somebody's your idol. The way how they view you helps you to understand and shape the viewing of yourself. It helps your self-confidence. Put it like this. And this is why I think that's a sucker move by Jay-Z. Yo, if that's your man's, just like how Dame Dash and other people brought you into rooms, and by the way, Puff did it with Biggie, brought him into rooms and said, yo, this my artist Big right here. He gonna tear anybody's head off in this fucking building. Anybody want a rap battle? What up? And I got money on it. What's popping? Dame did that with Jay. Puff did that with Big. Like, we hear about these like, these conversations of these artists on the come up, almost like testing their talent, but the people they rocking with is 100,000 down with them. Like, yo, this is my man DMX. Yo, he'll kill any of you niggas in here. What up? He down to battle. What's up? And sometimes we never seen, like a lot of these were in the studio type of shit. We hear about Beanie Siegel. Like, bro, nobody's saying, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he all right. But, yo, could you help him out real quick? That sound like some sucker shit. That's some sucker shit. Let me tell you this. Even if, and by the way, Jay was right. The nigga did need a hit. But you don't say that in front of him and in front of the competitor to embarrass him. That's why J. Cole been a beta male, rap-wise, just rap-wise, for a decade. Jay was embarrassing him. You cooked your own artist. Put it like this. Anytime if I'm Drake, now it makes sense why Drake finally let that nigga after 10 years get his shit off on one song, first-person shooter. Because that nigga could never ever rap to me and tell me he the best when your own mans told me I needed to help you to get started. Stop playing, nigga. You got cucked by Jay. And to me, I'm going to be honest with you, give me Big Brother vibes. Not going to call Jay a hater. But when we think about Kanye and how great he is, Kanye is the greatest hip-hop artist ever. Second is Tupac, the greatest hip-hop artist. Artist, not rapper, artist. Kanye was even crying about, yeah, my big brother was Big's brother. He never got that really embracing from Jay that he kind of yearned for. Now, I've always looked at that to say, I thought Jay didn't embrace Ye to the certain level that he probably wanted to, because he wanted that nigga not to get comfortable and wanted him to achieve more. Like, this is why I always say, you know, a lot of times when you look at like siblings, and I can use basketball here, like look at the Ball brothers, pause. The youngest kid, like I'm the youngest of my family. A lot of times the youngest got the most to prove. The first brother or the oldest sibling is always, their fuck ups get explained. Oh, well, I had that kid. You know, I didn't have a job. I was going through a tough time. I was living at 3 places. So their fuck ups is always explained. Every other sibling but the last, when you have now big brothers or big sisters and a more established family structure, they look at you like, if you want the same type of acknowledgement, because the oldest, he could do anything and get acknowledged. You, what you gonna do? The same thing they already did? So you gotta be spectacular. So I always kind of looked at that to be like, maybe Jay don't want to give Kanye that love and embracing that he seemed like he was yearning for, because he wants him to outperform. He wants to fuel that fire within him to go be great, to force Jay to do it. And if that was a situation, I was like, that's amazing, and it worked. But I want to be honest with you, Kanye's not J. Cole, and J. Cole ain't Kanye. I think J. Cole's confidence was shaken to the core, and the beta male rapper who ends up, you know what? I'm blaming Jay-Z for J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick. If you never cooked that nigga like that, he wouldn't be talking out both sides of his mouth. We the big three like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Kendrick says, fuck y'all big three. Oh, never mind, big homie, my bad. Yeah, you the best. You like what type of cook? Weird, like, yo, what the fuck? I think Jay-Z created that. You shook that boy's confidence. You told him in front. This is why every time he got on stage with Drake, it was always, oh my God, Drake, thank you for saying I'm number 3. And I'm like, what type of nigga is so happy that Drake keep patting him on the back, calling him number 3? But of course, because Jay-Z planted in his head that, in my mind, Drake got to give you something for you to get there. So you could never be better than that guy if he got to give you something. I think Jay-Z cucked J. Cole. That's my opinion. Let me see if I can find this shit. I'm trying to find it. Oh, by the way, this is an old clip too.
When I first signed to Jay, I'm like, all I want to do is drop a classic. I didn't care about that shit could have sold 3,000. I was like, man, your first album's supposed to be slept on, but it's got to be an Illmatic, boom, boom. And once I signed to Jay, and this nigga was like, nah, you're not putting an album out till you got some fucking hits. And I'm like, oh shit, I had to trial and error for a year and a half, 2 years. Workout was like, I squeezed that shit out last minute, but it's like, that was an unnatural space for me. Even if you listen to it, it's like, I can't even hear that shit back because I'm trying. But through all my trying.
Yo, I'm blaming Jay for everything, man. Jay, if you didn't cuck this nigga in front of Aubrey, Drake, Graham, maybe he would be the GOAT. Because he got the talent, he just don't got the heart. He like the Tin Man or the Lion from Wizard of Oz. Like, we just can't believe him, right? Got all the skill, he just don't got the heart to do it. That's the problem with J. Cole, okay? You basically got this nigga, and if you think about J. Cole's whole career, it's always been, like, you know, when it comes to basketball, a lot of things, when you talk about Kobe Bryant, you know what people say? That's the Black Mamba. It's like, it's part of his mystique and, like, his legacy is having that determination to win, to be the best, number one. That ain't J. Cole. And I want to blame it on Jay-Z.
And over the years, that shit turned into like, I grew superpowers. So then by the time Force Hill Job came by, I was smacking them bitches out.
Of course, like, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't respect that nigga no more after that anyway. I see why Drake and J. Cole relationship was like that. I remember watching this. Like, J. Cole be looking too happy to be around Drake. And I'm like, nigga, like, why do you care? Like, you supposed to look at that nigga like how Kendrick look at that nigga. J. Cole, Drake, Best Buy. Like, they went to Best Buy or something like that. And I could tell, man.
$230,000.
The problem with J. Cole is he came in the game just trying to be in the game. Drake came in the game, and first 6 months in, once he's officially in the game after his LP out, his first LP drops, you know what he says? Last name ever, first name greatest. Like, the nigga owns it. He starts by basically shooting at the crown. He basically he did what LeBron did when LeBron tatted Chosen One on his back, which means put the pressure on me because I am him. I'm him. J. Cole is like SZA for rappers. It's like he don't want the full attention and pressure on him. Well, SZA's a woman, and we get it. She's all like, scared. Did you see her on Kai Stream? I ain't gonna say nothing because maybe Drake got another song working on it. I don't want to piss her off again. But she's shy. She's a shy woman. J. Cole looked like he don't want the pressure or the attention for being the best. Like, even when he says it now, we're like, nigga, stop playing. You know you capping. Okay.
Fans are gonna come here and they can't get one.
Exactly, that's how it should be.
Shit whack anyway.
Gotta pick up a French Montana roll, yeah. You got the French? Hell yeah.
You should get Kelly Rowland for walking in on that. You actually get a basket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why
right.
that's amazing. Why did they have like
yeah.
French and then just like the juvenile?
Classic though, by the way. Fucking throw them shits in the car.
Yeah.
Yo, we should grab some other
That does look like the back of it, though.
Yo, so I just want to know, like, who's paying because the way my bank account is
It's on me.
set up is like.
Okay. So let me see if I could get what he supposedly said. So this is how it starts. It says, yo, so we're having a conversation, me, Cole, and Drake, and then Future the Prince, which is Drake's manager, Future the Prince. And so Ibrahim is saying this. He says, I don't know who was there, but there was a couple more people. And Jay walks in and sees us all together. And he goes, yo! And he looks at Drake and he says, yo, give the boy one. Yo, that nigga J. Cole should have spit on his hand and slapped earth, wind, and fire out of Jay-Z. That is emasculating as it could get. The nigga don't even properly acknowledge you. The first thing he walk in the room and tell your competitor, which y'all are acting like fake friends, because you're like, oh yeah, buddy, is tell that nigga he needs to help you out. Like you some bitch-ass Make-A-Wish Foundation type of nigga? Oh, hell no, you should slap the fire out of Jay-Z. That's a fact. He says, Ibrahim continued, he pointed at Cole basically saying, give him a hit. And we're like, wait, what? I even remember Future Face being like, embarrassing. Hold on, I gotta do that. Drake. Oh my God. So even they were agreeing.
Massaging. I don't know.
Oh, Cole declined. Embarrassing. Cole declined.
By the way, she's like getting a
Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
God damn. Okay. Cole clarified Jay was actually pointing at the workout rapper while looking at Drake during the chat. Basically saying Jay pointed at him, but he was looking at Drake. So he said, yo, get that nigga a hit. Yo, that's so disrespectful. He said, although they were the Budding Stars were friends, they were also competitors. The Friday Night's like collaboration in the morning would end up making a sideline story. But in the moment, Jay's suggestion would upset Cole, per Hamad. He said, what I do remember is being at the dinner, and I'm just looking at Cole, and he looked so fucking pissed. Later that afternoon or evening, Cole approached Hove about the recommendation. See? That's the type of J. Cole nigga. I have a saying in life. Yo, if you let it slide in the moment, don't get mad afterwards. You need to realize and man up. So if you was a nigga who, say somebody disrespected you in person, right, or in a moment, and don't go home or talk to your homies afterwards and then get mad after the fact when the moment's done. In that moment, he should be like, yo, bro, Jay, chill, bro. Chill out, nigga. Like, what you doing right now? Bro, like, yo, you was coming in and fucking up the vibe? What you talking about? Give me yo, bro, chill, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So later that evening, Cole approached Hove about a recommendation, pointing out that he didn't have a Billboard chart-topping song from his 1996 debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Despite their past competition, Cole and Drake will connect on songs like Jodeci Freestyle and Evil Ways and First Person Shooter. By the way, Drake watched him on every song until First Person Shooter. That's a fact. And they toured later or earlier this year. Jesus, interesting. Yo, J. Cole, you have all right to be mad. That nigga was trying to treat you like Memphis Bleak, nigga. What the fuck? How dare Jay-Z do that? Now, obviously, it's water under the bridge. I'm pretty sure they talked about it. But this, you know, it's things like this that, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not trying to make a point that Jay-Z is just a hater overall. But I do think that's Jay-Z being just very absent of the moment and not valuing someone's brand like he would value his own. And that happens with artists because nobody thinks anyone's better than them or nobody thinks anyone will come close to them. I definitely think that Jay-Z didn't think that J. Cole was going to be what he is now. Right? I don't think it was tough love. I don't think he thought it was going to be what he is now. And this is one of the reasons I believe people don't sign to artists. Because I can't fathom someone saying that to, if Dame Dash walked in the room and he was in the room with Biggie Smalls and Dame Dash looked over to Biggie and be like, yo, Biggie, man, you gotta help this nigga out, man. Give him one of them joints. This nigga out here struggling. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% sure that Jay would have felt away. However, he's okay with doing it to another artist, right? So again, this is kind of one of the reasons why, you know, people don't sign to artists because there's a lot of things. An artist a lot of times don't know how to deal with another artist's ego. One thing I got to give credit to all executives, and this is why I've realized the stark difference between signing to someone who's not an artist and someone who is. If you sign to someone who ain't an artist, bro, they're going to understand you're an artist and they need to navigate around your ego. When someone's an artist, they usually compare your ego to theirs to say, yo, bro, you ain't even did nothing like me. I give the perfect example. Like the whole, you realize the whole Caribou and Yachty shit. Yo, Yachty, like as soon as he seen that she had the stank attitude allegedly, bro, he just stopped fucking with her. Nigga, I talked to people who are the executives. They were looking at Yachty like, no, that's not what you do. Like, yeah, she might be feeling herself, but you kind of still work with her. Like, you know what I mean? That's how artists are. You know what Yachty's thinking? Why the fuck am I going to deal with this chick who's getting a big head when, nigga, I didn't have a big head at that point, and look how much I've done in the game, and I still don't act like that. But that's not how it works. So, you know, you got to tend to an artist's ego and know how fragile they are because you were once that fragile, even if you didn't act the same. So this is what I'm saying with the whole J. Cole thing. It's like, I think that's mostly Jay being an artist and probably not realizing you are disrespecting J. Cole's entire artistry by saying that. And you wouldn't like nobody saying that to you, but you're not moving like an executive, you're moving like a rapper. Right? And also you're comparing whatever he's going through to you as a rapper maybe back then, but you're like a lot of this music shit is you're coddling these guys' feelings. 100%. If you've ever thought about managing artists or being some type of independent label, whoever you sign, you're going to have to coddle their feelings, right? When Say y'all trying to get on the radar for a freestyle. On the radar says, yo, we don't want to do nothing with this person for XYZ reason. A great executive or PR person or whoever, you don't tell the artist the real reason. You're like, oh, no. Oh, they wanted to get you. It's a scheduling issue. This and that. Because if you tell them the truth to be like, yo, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't feel you hot enough. That motherfucker's going to get online and cuss out the platform. So a lot of times you're coddling these guys' egos, which are enormous, off of the littlest thing. So you don't tell them the truth about this, blah, 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 because you want everything to be cool. You coddle their ego. Oh, nah. No, they really wanted you to do this shit. But remember you're going to be in Spain? Oh, remember? Or you have to be in New Orleans? Yeah, the schedule is not going to work out. We'll probably get back to these people later. No, the people said they don't want to do it. You're not hot. But they're not going to tell the artist that. So Jay saying that to Cole just reminds me of how an artist doesn't move like an executive, because that shit is going to shatter. Especially, you're more than an artist. You're not only the executive. You're not only this guy's favorite artist. You're his mentor. You telling him that he's inadequate, no matter what song he makes that's fire in the booth, he's going to think, damn, Jay probably think this is garbage. You shattered his confidence. You get what I'm saying? You ever seen the NBA when they're like, they do it with football a lot. They'll redshirt somebody or they'll whatever, and they'll treat like a quarterback a certain way because they're like, we don't want to shatter their confidence. Confidence plays a lot into not only sports, but also in artists. If they're feeling unsure about what they're creating or their own career, or if they feel like they're not enough, they start moving accordingly. And I think Jay-Z properly did that, if you ask me. Okay? What's this? Yeah. Drake watched him on this. Drake watched him on In the Morning. And then he watched Drake on First Person Shooter. And Evil Ways was a tie. Okay. All right.